Euromaxx highlights. And here's your host, Louise Houghton.
A warm and festive welcome to our highlights show today. Let's dive straight into the topics. Smart ski. The latest technology is conquering the slopes. Ballet brand, a French clothing label, specialises in ballet-style outfits. And monster masks. The Alpine region has some scary traditions. Europe's ski season is now officially in full swing, and our reporter had the pleasure of going to check out the latest trends on the slopes. Many resorts have installed Wi-Fi up on the mountains, and the use of technology seems to be all the rage. From goggles with GPS to endless apps for your smartphone, it seems that the age-old sport of skiing has been brought into the 21st century.
High tech has taken to the ski slopes. Smartphones can be used to navigate the ice and snow. Ski Amadee is an alliance of ski areas in Austria's Steiermark and around Salzburg. It provides an app that recommends ski routes tailored to the skier's own style, ability and the weather. Ski instructor Lara Scherntaner is going to give it a try.
Today I'd like a slope for a leisurely warm-up, a medium energy level, not too icy. As if I could order it, which you can do with this app. And I'd like my first runs of the season to be nice and easy ones.
At 21, Lara Sterntaner is an experienced instructor. But it's the first time she's taking tips from her smartphone.
Those were fantastic slopes, very well groomed, just what I wanted. Without the app, I definitely would have had to look around more to find out where the kind of slopes are that I like.
And then the app shows her the way to the nearest hotspot with free internet access. All the people here are busy with their smartphones. Never mind that they're sitting above the clouds. Technology has also radically changed social life in the ski lodges.
People sit and play with their smartphones instead of talking to each other. The advantage is that you're always connected. The disadvantage is that you can't enjoy this fabulous tranquility anymore. You don't notice it's so marvelous and beautiful, and you can't just enjoy the quiet.
More and more ski resorts in Austria are offering free internet access. Ski Amadee was among the first, with around 300 wireless zones in its ski areas.
It's a whole new experience. It helps me organize my day. I can tell myself, today's a nice day, but I've got things to take care of. So I'll put in 3 hours of skiing, and then I can write the 5 emails, which I can send while I'm up there.
Young people in particular like to use the hotspots to surf in social networks.
Yes, it's nice when you've got a fast internet connection because you can post a nice panorama of the mountains.
It's a nice perk, but it's not a decisive factor for which ski area you want to go to. If the ski area isn't good, the best wireless won't help it any.
Paper ski trail maps are on their way out. But in the snow, skiers will need gloves with specially coated fingertips to use the touchscreens on their smartphones. Many apps can actually make skiing more exciting. Lara Scherntaner can use one to clock her speed, for example. Just out are these ski goggles equipped with a GPS module that can project the speed on the inside of the mask.
The screen in my goggles tells me I'm going 36 kilometers an hour. It's pretty cool to be able to see exactly how fast you're going. With the cell phone, you have to keep taking it out and putting it back in, so this is definitely the luxury version.
Lara can even record her ski runs with the latest helmet camera and replay them immediately afterwards. She can use her smartphone to upload the video at the next wireless hotspot. Then the app guides her back down to the valley. But here too, high tech has its weak spots.
Without a smartphone, I think you'd get to know the ski area in more detail, because you'd be concentrating on your surroundings. You'd pay more attention, so you wouldn't get lost. You look closer.
But there's one more thing she'd like her smartphone to tell her. Where's the nearest and hottest spot for après-ski? It sends her to a nearby pub. Now she's got time to review her day on the slopes. The app has saved all the runs she made.
I can see exactly where I've been skiing and how many meters of elevation I've covered. The computer can synchronize it. But at some point, I've had enough. I don't need it anymore. Now it's time to party.
Now is the time for contact with real human beings. But a tip from the app also made that possible.
And of course, this advanced technology can also be a helpful form of security up on the slopes. Now, the Christmas market in the northern Bavarian city of Nuremberg is one of the oldest of its kind, dating back to 1628. It's also one of the largest worldwide and attracts some 2 million visitors every year. We joined up with two tourists who travelled a considerable distance to find out what a traditional German Christmas market is all about.
Yang Hong and Yu Feng have come all the way from China to Nuremberg with their families. Today they're visiting a German Christmas market for the first time. They'll be shopping for souvenirs with some friends.
It's my pleasure and honor to be here to join the ceremony of the opening the Christmas market. It's my honor, and with the kids, especially.
The kids and thousands of others on the market square are excited to see the Christ Child, who officially opens the market from the balcony of the Church of Our Lady. The ceremony hasn't changed in over 50 years. The Christ Child invites everyone into the market and bids welcome to one and all.
Und wer da kommt, der soll willkommen sein.
Behind the church, kids wait for the Christ Child with their wish lists. It's 17-year-old Franziska Handke's second time as the Christ Child. The job's not nearly as easy as it looks.
Of course, it's a great feeling, but what's not so nice is that you've got all those spotlights shining on you from below so you can hardly see. I couldn't see anything at all. About all you can do is concentrate on one point somewhere out there and hope for the best.
This is one of Germany's oldest Christmas markets. Here you'll find traditional wooden toys, painted angels, and modern ornaments. Much of it may be a bit kitschy, but it's mostly handmade. Typical are the Zwetschgenmännle, figures made of dried plums, used to decorate living rooms during Advent.
We've got lots of Christmas tree ornaments. Some sellers put 5,000 to 6,000 items on their stands. Some are made so meticulously and lovingly, and the sellers put so much work into decorating their stands, and those are the ones I really like.
The market's traditional appearance has been preserved and refined for generations. Roofs of red and white fabric decorated with wreaths of fir branches. The city makes sure plastic is kept to a minimum. Over 2 million people come to the market every year. Mulled wine and Nuremberg's famous sausages are obligatory. About a dozen stands offer sausages.
All the slides and this gingerbread thing, and it's really beautiful.
When you're at the Christmas market, you know the Christmas season is finally here.
We came all the way from France, especially for the opening of the Christmas market. For the 5th or 6th time. It's simply magic.
The market is really fun, and it's beautiful. Also the food. I love the food here. It's really traditional and original.
Once the kids are snug in their hotel beds, Yu Feng and a friend come back for one last cup of hot mulled wine. The Christkindlesmarkt will keep ladling it out until it closes on Christmas Eve.
And a perfect gift for children this Christmas could be one of Su Blackwell's works of art. This British artist specialises in creating fascinating sculptures out of the pages of a book, with the idea of bringing the essence of the story to life. Although she now works on larger scale sculptures as well, it's the magic and detail of her book art that has made her a national success.
British artist Su Blackwell brings images from fairy tales like Cinderella and Snow White to life. Her sculptures tell a whole new fairy tale, a story in rather than on paper.
Working with paper, this continues to fascinate me. Every paper has a different quality and reacts to the hand in a different way. I like the fragility of the paper, but also the strength.
Su Blackwell carves sculptures out of old books. Before she begins, she reads the book, seeking inspiration for her work. A single piece can take anything from 2 to 3 months. Making precision cuts with a scalpel demands intense concentration. Most of her source material is children's books and fairy tales. There's one book she's particularly smitten with.
Alice in Wonderland was one of my favourite stories as a child, and I remember just reading it and getting lost in the story. And for me it was an escape, somewhere more magical and where I could just, lose myself.
The artist makes regular visits to London's second-hand bookshops. Su Blackwell was born in the northern English city of Sheffield. She developed her passion for books while studying at the Royal College of Art in London. But it was only later, in 2003, that she discovered them as a medium for creativity. On a trip to Asia, she happened on an old book that inspired her first sculpture.
I'm drawn to older books because they have a history, and often inside they have an inscription from who it was from and to whom, and the wear and tear on the books tell a story itself, and a different story to the story within the book.
Even in the digital age, Su Blackwell's sculptures are in keeping with the times. Recent years have seen the emergence of a new genre that's come to be known as book art. London art historian Christine Antaya has spent 4 years looking into this relatively new genre. Her book on the subject comprises a panorama of some 50 contemporary artists from different countries.
I think it is an emerging field in terms of young artists being interested in using books as materials and also sort of creating and making their own books. Books are very sort of powerful as symbols, and I think there is a newfound interest in book art, definitely.
Su Blackwell's book art is increasingly in demand, showing up in ad campaigns, magazines, and shop windows. She's even designed a set for a stage play. Original works by her are currently on display at the Long and Ryle Gallery in London, and they're a hit.
We have children who love it, led in by their mothers who love it even more. We get professional women, perhaps drawn back to something from their childhood. We get, women from China buying them, women from New York. I'm saying mainly women, but in fact, we get men love them as well. They seem to have a real sort of universal appeal.
A book sculpture by Su Blackwell can cost up to €9,000. Director Tim Burton and his partner Helena Bonham Carter are among her fans and collectors. But Blackwell hasn't let that go to her head.
I don't want it to be didactic, so I'm happy for people to take away and to interpret how they see fit, and everybody kind of relates to it in different ways.
Su Blackwell, an artist whose fairy tale landscapes cast a magic spell all their own.
Ballet pumps came back into fashion in the late 50s after Audrey Hepburn wore them with skinny jeans in the film Funny Face. They've remained popular with the ladies ever since, and now a French designer has made a collection based on ballet clothes. The new label has gone on sale this week, offering ladies a delicate and feminine addition to their wardrobes.
It's a big day for 32-year-old designer Émilie Luctin. She's introducing her first pret-à-porter collection for Repetto at the brand's Paris showroom. Her creations are inspired by the dance world, but are also suitable for everyday wear.
These clothes don't follow the latest trend and can be worn for more than one season. I want them to embody the grace and elegance of a dancer. I've done lots of research. I've looked at pictures of dancers, taken part in rehearsals and recitals, and observed how they work, move, and dress.
The creations are on the gentle and feminine side, made from knitwear and jersey. Tops and skirts cost up to €250, and a dress costs up to €420.
This dress consists of a very puristic and graphic top with a teardrop shape, reminiscent of the ballet dancer's tutu. The knot stands for the way dancers typically tie their tops around their waist before they warm up. The skirt is loose, airy, and lightly transparent. And it also has the ballerina's shoe ribbon, which is a common theme running through the entire collection.
Repetto is well known for its ballerina models. In 1947, seamstress Rose Repetto stitched some shoes for her dancer's son. They became hotly sought after. Brigitte Bardot ordered a special pair in 1957, and the whole world wanted them. Singer Serge Gainsbourg wore the men's model Zizi with pride. Repetto became very successful. After Madame Repetto's death in 1985, the brand went downhill, and 14 years later, Jean-Marc Gaucher bought the business.
The history of a brand fascinates me. How one label achieved success and was known all over the world, while others don't make it. Repetto already had the advantage of being internationally well known and widely associated with dancing, and also with women. The second advantage for me was that the business was financially weak back then, so I could buy it at a good price.
The company's doing well these days. For 9 years, sales have been growing steadily at 25% annually. Half of the goods are exported. Every day, 2,400 pairs of shoes are produced at the plant in Dordogne, France. A new training centre passes on the special expertise.
We're the only ones who produce ballet pumps this way. We stitch them together first and then turn them inside out. That's our own personal method, and it's how we produce dancing shoes.
Some Repetto models are designed by stars like Vanessa Paradis, Jean-Paul Gaultier and Catherine Deneuve. The Paris boutique has a diverse clientele. It's where the dance and fashion scenes of all generations come together.
I like the diversity. The modern color tones give the look a particular style, that certain something.
The shoes last forever. I've been wearing mine for 3 years. And they are so comfy. With the 10-centimeter heel, I still feel like I'm in flat shoes.
Repetto have branched out into making all types of shoes. Prices start at €170, but there are extravagant versions, like those made from snakeskin for €400. Customers can even design their own pair from 250 different colours. The new pret-à-porter collection for dance enthusiasts will be on sale at the boutique on December the 5th. It will be accompanied by a collection of bags. For Jean-Marc Gaucher, Repetto is more than a product. It makes people feel alive. After all, there's a little ballerina in every woman.
I'd certainly agree with that last comment. Now, on the 6th of December, it's tradition in some parts of Europe for St. Nicholas to bring gifts to all the good children. Up in the Alps, this tradition is a little different and involves a horde of wild and rather fearsome characters like the ones you can see behind me, accompanying St. Nicholas on his rounds. This ritual has been documented by German photographer Carsten Peter, who's now put together a book showing just how gruesome the costumes are.
These ghastly figures are anything but saintly helpers of St. Nicholas. They'll cover some 12 kilometers this evening, on foot. German photographer Carsten Peter will try to keep up with them. He spent years traveling the Alps chronicling customs and rituals.
The rich sounds and archaic feel are just uncanny. It's wild and mystical, and I'm just drawn to it. I've been fascinated by this magic since I was a child, and now I'm going in search of it.
Carsten Peter has published what he's found in a book called Alpendämonen, or Demons of the Alps. He portrays local customs that seem like something from an exotic, faraway culture, but they're practiced in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland.
I'm trying to capture the originality of these customs and bring it out, the part that we've lost in many parts of the Alps. I hope that I can show why these customs are worth preserving. We need as much attention and understanding for them as we can get.
A centuries-old custom with a craft of its own. Philipp Motz is a mask carver. He works the whole year round making these intricate wooden sculptures. A mask like this can cost 450 euros, and it's only worn for a single day.
It's supposed to give people a bit of a scare. I don't want people to just say, yeah, I know about this already, and then they end up laughing at us. They're supposed to have some respect for the proceedings.
In late afternoon, when it gets dark, preparations take place for the night run. The masks are bundled up in straw. But the ritual itself is a closely guarded secret. Outsiders are not welcome. The townspeople see the run mostly as a long-cherished tradition.
The young fellows who do this aren't just doing it for the tourists and spa guests. They do it because it's incredible fun, even if it's hard work. They wait the whole year to do it.
I used to run myself. It's fascinating, the costumes they have on. It's just a big show.
The custom of the run is wonderful. It's an essential part of Advent.
Off they go. The procession moves from house to house. This year, 18 men are taking part, young and single, as required. Everyone else had better steer clear.
They don't want to be photographed when their mask is off, for example. As a photographer, you have to watch out. From time to time, you get hit or punched. They're being kind now, but that can change fast.
The evening reaches its climax when the procession arrives at the market square. Anyone taking pictures might get whipped.
They're wild. That's just part of it. You have to be afraid of them. If you're not, they hit even harder. I've probably got welts all over. I'll see. Look, black in the face and welts all over.
Peter's book wonderfully captures these weird and wild traditions of the Alps.
It's almost as if they're dressed up for Halloween. So on that rather spooky note, it's time to say goodbye for today. Thanks for watching, everyone, and hope you can join us again soon. Bye-bye for now.